Welcome back. The 18th ranked Tigers are going to be out in Philadelphia tonight to take on the, what rank are Temple? Oh, they're unranked. The 10-6 Temple Owls as part of their 2-game road trip. They'll finish up the road trip on Sunday against Charlotte. Here's a fun fact for you. Temple have 0 wins in Quad 2. They're 0-3 in Quad 2, and they're 4-3 in Quad 3. That's just AAC things, Avery.
Thank you. Yeah, they're not necessarily a good team, but they do have some very good players. I think what we've seen from the Tigers this year is, I like to describe it as playing with their food. A couple of really close wins, especially that East Carolina win where we thought they might let a big lead slip away. If you have your foot on Temple's neck in this one, you have to finish the deal, and you have to make a 5 to 10 point lead, make it a 15, 20 point win. That's what I really like to see from the Tigers in this one. You have one of the best scorers in the country with P.J. Haggerty in conversations to be an All-American at 22 points a game this season. But Jamal Mashburn, the son of the former NBA player himself, 20.7 points per game. He's 3rd in the AAC. To me, if you slow down Jamal Mashburn in this game, you probably win this game. He shoots literally 33% of their shots. So if you can just get the ball out of his hands, make things difficult for him, you probably win this game and win it going away.
I'll be honest, this one scares me for the Tigers. It really does going into it.
You said that every game.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't trust them. I'll be honest with that. I don't.
That's
but
fair.
This game in particular, the Owls are 6-0 at home. This is what do you guys call it? A whiteout.
A whiteout.
A whiteout. It's a really weird term to me. It's a whiteout game. So
Is a whiteout a foreign term?
I don't know what.
Y'all don't do color
No.
at rugby matches?
No. There's also no college sports. It's just a very different atmosphere.
Is it technically a whiteout when there's going to be 1,500 people there? Because that's what their arena holds?
Either way, at home, their average victory, 12.5. He's had like 5 shots there.
That's 2 shots.
12.5.
At the Licorice Center?
They've won. That's the name of the center.
It's
a phenomenal
LIA and COURAS Center, Licorice.
There we go. Fun fact for today. Another fun fact, just because we're on fun facts.
Words are hard.
Penny Hardaway and Jamal Mashburn's dad drafted in the same year in the NBA draft. Both ended up on the all-rookie team that year. It's a fun fact I read. It's one of the fun fact stories. But back to Temple, all right? Yes, 6-0 at home. Their average margin of victory at home this year, over 12 points. Mashburn is so good, like you said, ranked 3rd in the AAC in points scored. He's their guy. He's the somewhat equivalent of P.J. Haggerty. I don't know. It just feels like a recipe of disaster. They score 78.9 points, which is 5.3 more per game than Memphis gives a game, if that makes sense. So they have the ability to score, and Memphis hasn't been able to defend that. Like, that's a hard thing for them to defend. But Caleb's over here rolling his eyes.
Because they've done it against teams in Quad 3 and Quad 4.
For sure.
That's why they're averaging 80
But
points
also
per
look at them
game.
against North Texas. Look at them against East Carolina. They get to these games where they're 1-point victories or they're down to the wire, tied it with a minute to go. Memphis isn't going all out in these games.
North Texas is a reputable team. They're having a good season.
I'm not saying they're not.
East Carolina.
I think also Temple is a reputable team. It's the last Quad 2 game officially for sure for Memphis. It's not necessarily an easy win, and I think you over here being like, oh, this is, an easy win.
I never said it was easy.
Well, you're going very hard on me in regards to saying it's a tough test for Memphis in regards to, it's not a tough test, but I think it's an area they can slip up in. And I think the thing that I need to see from them for them to win this game is once again limiting the turnovers. We see it every game. Even the reason why East Carolina were able to get back into that game in the second half was they got their first 6 points in the second half coming off turnovers from Memphis. Yeah. They just are handing the ball to other teams. If they're able to clean up the turnovers, I feel good about this game 100%. That's my point.
Memphis has had 15 or more turnovers in 6 of their last 8 games. They averaged 14 and a half a game, which is literally in the last, they're 325th out of like 360 schools. So yes, you do have to protect the ball. On another note, I think if you're talking about the defensive end of the floor, we've seen the Tigers at times get into foul trouble. Musa Cisse, Dane Danger, we know that front court rotation is pretty short. The Temple Owls are one of the best teams in the country at getting to the free throw line. 19 free throws made per game, that's I think 7th in the country. 26 attempts per game, that's 8th in the country. So this is a game where you cannot allow yourselves to get into, Musa Cisse 3 fouls in the first half kind of game. You can't let Dane Danger get in 3 fouls in the first half kind of game. These guys have to be on the floor because as good as Jamal Mashburn is, he makes everybody else better. They do like to get in the paint. Jamal Mashburn likes to get downhill to the bucket that way. So you're looking at a game where if you let them elongate the game or junk up the game, allow them to stay in the game from the free throw line, we could be talking about another game where the Memphis Tigers are squeaking out a 5-pointer. A 5-point win. I don't think that's what Penny Hardaway wants at all. This should be a game where this team is good enough. You got to start blowing some of these teams out. You've had enough early on tests, right, in the AAC to know more or less what you're getting with these teams.
And that's what scares me.
Go ahead. Keep
that
going. No, keep talking.
I will. Thank you. Is that they haven't been able to blow out any of these teams, and so
They blew out FAU.
You say that the first game. Okay, we'll look at the last 3.
FAU are a higher ranked team than
Sure,
Temple.
but
Or were at the
But then
time.
they go
Were
in
at
and
the
play
time.
a lesser ranked team, and they can't blow them
wasn't
out.
true.
So
I
what
was
does that say to you? What does it say to you?
What does it say to you, Caleb?
Yeah, if you
As
want to
they
keep
say-
doing this, let's go.
As they
I
say
can go
in the
Rams.
Australian outback, you cut the head off the snake, the body dies. And that's what they did at versus ECU
That was pretty
with
good.
R.J. Felton.
I like that.
And that's what they need to do.
That was a good analogy.
That's what they need to do against Mini Monster Mash, a.k.a. Jamal Mashburn Jr.
And hey, I want nothing more than to see them do that. I do. I think we all do, right? We want to see the Tigers winning. We want to see the city doing well. But we haven't seen it in the last couple games.
I'm saying that if they apply the same game plan, turn the ball over less than they did against ECU, then they can go in and win. I don't think
I would
it's
like to
gonna...
say I made that same point like 2 minutes ago, but cool.
Have you been holding on to Mini Monster Mash? Like, you were just like, I got to get that in there somewhere.
Well, I was like, what was
pretty-
Jamal
that's pretty
Mashburn's
good.
nickname? And then I had to look it up, and it was Monster Mash. I was like, oh, that's what it was, of course.
Yeah, okay.
I had a Jamal Mashburn jersey when I was a kid.
No
It makes me
way.
feel old. I wasn't even that old. I mean, that young
Makes me
either.
feel old.
Yeah, it does in a way. I don't think, Memphis have gone into Clemson and Virginia and gotten wins on the road.
Yep.
Also, FAU, they're not worried about going in on the road. This whiteout, it's going to pick up that atmosphere a little bit more than maybe what some other teams are going to do. I say that, and the next team that they're playing is you can get a free pizza and cup of coffee at the Quad if you pay $10. Charlotte is begging people to go to their games. It's actually pathetic.
They're so
They can't
bad.
get there. Yeah, they're so bad. It's not even we have a Charlotte fan sitting over
That's
there
why we're all laughing
who's our
a lot.
local
He's
weatherman.
choosing not to look at us at all.
Corey, we
Even
love
he
you, buddy.
said that Memphis were going to win by how much did you say, Corey?
I was gonna say like 25,
25, 27 points. Yeah. So
If
obviously,
Memphis wins by 25 points, I will buy a round for everybody at this table right now.